needs to avoid, in my opinion. Also, this went on for like another 2 minutes and it was just on silence. Let me go back here. This feels like Mario.
What is this?
I don't know. He looks like Bob Hoskins. He looks like Bob Hoskins. Like a lot of it feels like it, but it's. I don't know. It's my fear that they'll make him goofy. Are we talking about Bowser? I mean, he's already goofy. The thing is, Bowser will end up being goofy because it's a kids movie, and it's highly animated. I'll give it this. It seems more like they've taken a lot of vibes from the Sonic. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of it is taken from the Sonic movie. He's watched a Bob Hoskins film, in my opinion, and gone, "Yep, that's the voice." I mean, yeah, I could probably retouch this voice and just put Bob Hoskins' voice in it, and it'd be perfect. If Bob Hoskins was still alive, he would probably be the perfect voice for Mario in this situation. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably the only voice I could actually accept. Bowser is goofy, but I don't want him to be overly stupidly goofy. I mean, that's true. I think he's gonna end up being overconfidently goofy, if that makes any sense. That should match more his in-game stuff, like his in-thing stuff. This, I don't know if this feels a bit too soft for me.
What is this?
I don't know if I like the jingle, by the way.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Toad is fine. Voice-wise, Toad is fine.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Oh, I see what you mean by it sounds like Bob Hoskins. For me, it sounds like Timon from Timon and Pumbaa. I think they intentionally showed him coming through the pipe to show somehow becomes Mario. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. They've got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, a lot of this feels like a really, really. It feels like it's going towards the Sonic movie in a lot of ways. At least it might just be because that I've watched too much Sonic 2, but it definitely feels like it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a Mario film to me. It's more the scoring. I think the scoring doesn't feel like it. I don't think he'll imitate Charles Martinet, which is fine. I'm fine with that jingle. I agree with. Like I actually liked this whole segment. This whole segment was amazing. I thought this entire section, this whole thing was really cool because it feels just as tongue. Kamek was perfect. They could have had a lot of voices that could have gone with this, but to be honest, given what we were expecting, this is fine. I like this a lot. He looks like this looks like a Tekken 8 opening. This literally looks like a Tekken 7 opening. As long as he keeps it low, like he doesn't go towards. They've slightly changed his facial structure. He looks slightly different, but that's because I'm used to his head being way bigger. They've slightly humaned him a little bit. Like they've given him much bigger eyes as opposed to thing ones. And maybe it's just because of that angle. He looks menacing, which he should. My point is that he looks very soft. Like he looks softer than he's supposed to. I like this whole section. This was definitely unexpected. I did like the humor where the penguins did literally nothing. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty cool. I think this is the only thing I want to see now. This whole section. I would just have this. I like the contrast as well. This is like a really good composition scene. blue on the one side and the red on the other. It's better than what we were expecting type situation. Like it's better than what we were thing. Also, his tail is much bigger than at least more than I'm used to.
That is but a taste of our fury.
I wonder who this voice is. I do like the penguins all like are legitimately they want in on this fight.
Do you yield? I do not.
I like this. I like this line read.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
I don't. So this is the thing I'm concerned about. This is the thing I'm concerned about. Is this particular line read is why I'm scared he might go into Poe territory, because his voice goes a lot higher, and when he's really excited, not as an offense to Jack Black, he kind of sounds the same in a lot of movies, because he's like a lot of people like him being Jack Black. That's kind of why you hire him. And it's not to say that he isn't a good choice for Bowser. It's more the case of I'm worried he's going to sound like Poe, and I'm going to be annoyed about that. Because Poe's way too... it's too big. Like, that role is too big, and he needs to really do the... Like, I hope he really keeps that voice as low as he can. Like, goes for the growls a lot more, as opposed to being soft and so on and so forth. This look does look a lot softer than his usual looks. But I'll give it this. His arms look like big. Yeah, I don't know if I like this jingle that they've used. Also, this animation style looks like it just went into a UE. It's the Pringles man.
What is this play?
On the one hand, I feel like it fits. I'm not gonna lie. There isn't. If I take away the fact that I know what Mario sounds like, this voice fits the model. The problem is I know what Mario sounds like. So now I want a cut of this entire movie where it's just the Mario voice. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, they've changed the way his overalls look, because they've given him like a button up at the top, and that's not usually that common. Also, they've pulled up his overalls higher up, where his overalls would normally be towards the bottom part of his, like more towards the middle of his chest. The jingle there is a mix of bright surrounding and minor shows. He's certain uncertainty for where he is. He looks a bit rounder. He does look a lot rounder. The jingle is meant to be dun 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 dun. That's what the theme is, but it's because of the way they've cut it and they've put such a gap on both parts that I couldn't tell what theme it was until you heard it a couple of times. Like, animation wise, looks great. Dun dun dun. Like, it feels more like it should have been 2 parts, but I don't know where this theme would actually be used in game. I don't know if this is a score specific for the trailer.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die!
Toad is perfect. I can't see... I think, another person... I don't know if any person could have done that voice. I don't know what it would have sounded like if they did a regular voice, but I think this is serviceable.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Here we come. I'm from New York. Oh, imagine for a second it wasn't the Charles Martinet voice, and instead they went for the CDI voice. Like, that was the intention here. Imagine for a second they didn't. Imagine for a second they weren't. They would. It was like, we're not touching Charles Martin's voice. In fact, we're gonna go completely in the other direction and go for meme territory. I want to go for Bowser. That's a really good thing. Totally. Oh, by the way, isn't there like some meme, some guy who's trying to like get Nintendo America to retweet this? I think some Twitter account is trying to get Nintendo of America or some Nintendo account to retweet Toad's legs. Will we finally get Toad's legs in the movie? Also, that looks more like a hat now. Like, it doesn't look like a mushroom. It's really well animated. It is really well. All we need to hear Chris Pratt say is dinosaurs. Like, all I really want to do is, I actually don't. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but I don't really care for this second section. I like how the pipe has the star on it. I don't know if you've noticed that. The pipe has an actual star on it. They've also changed his boots color. It's slightly darker, or maybe more shinier. It's kind of weird in the sense of they've given certain things proper texture, and they've given other things really soft looks. I'm surprised he hasn't got paws yet. So yeah, a lot of this feels to like.
What is this?
Let me see how he blinks. Okay.
Do not touch that mushroom!
Hang on. There was a bit in there that I wanted to stop. Ah, it was too slow. Just stop. That's the only image we need. It's the only image we need. We just need Toad to just like tell people off.
Touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Also, this is not accurate to the games. They've already broken it. Do you know what's wrong with this scene? Do you know what's wrong with this scene? This is a 0 out of 10 now. Does anyone know what's wrong with this scene? I'll wait until someone gives me an answer. Someone needs to tell me what's wrong with this scene, because there is something completely wrong with this scene now. I'll give you another one. Hang on, I'll wait. Have you seen it? Castle is on a hill. I mean, no, Castle on a hill makes sense. It just depends on which version of the game you're looking at, really. It's not the first time the castle's been on a hill. I'll give you a clue. They don't move like that. In fact, I have a problem. Can you see this backpack on him? Can you see this backpack on him? He should not be able to jump. He should not be able to jump. This is Captain Toad. He should not be able to jump. This is terrible. Fix it, Illuminations. Miyamoto, did you forget what game you made? Did you forget what game you made? 0 out of 10. Would not watch, clearly. I like the logo. With the game logic. Only some toads can jump, you know? Not all toads can jump. Hang on. What is there a way for us to zoom in? No, we can't. I've played Doki Doki Panic and he jumps in that. That's true, but that's not a toad with a backpack. This is a toad with a backpack. This is clearly a reference to Captain Toad. He's got an axe thing. He's got a backpack. He's got a lantern. He should not be able to jump at all. I'm just trying to check the skin tone a little bit. The Mario emblem is also a lot smaller, but that's because we're usually used to seeing them in 2D. I just want to see. Of course I'm right. I'm actually just looking at the background, seeing what other stuff I recognize, but it's just a bunch of set dressing. We see bloopers. Bloopers are in here. We didn't actually get to see the other... I don't know what these are. I wonder if we're going to see flying blocks.
What is this place?
I wonder if they're going to retcon it. Hang on, I gotta check something. Where's the playback speed? 0.25. You do not want to hear this in super slow-mo. There's only one frame I want to get. Okay, that was the only frame I was trying to go for. This one here. I like how his head does tilt a little bit. This is the only frame I was looking for. I feel like that's a death one. We also get to see Mario having a neck. This is weird seeing him this slow. He has also got laces on his boots. It's a new addition. At least I don't remember him having a thing. Does his hat move? I feel like his hat does move. Does he look a lot younger than he's supposed to be? He's like, what, meant to be in his 40s? Chris, I don't know. Is he meant to be like late 30s, mid 40s? Like, that's what the Mario we're supposed to be used to? This is a younger Mario. I get that. This would also be a screenshot. Just for the people. Does he run like Mario? No, he doesn't run like Mario. No, he jumps. He doesn't jump like Mario. Do the jump! He doesn't do the jump. Do the jump properly. Ah, he doesn't do the jump properly. Bowser sounds great. Mario sounds like Chris Pratt. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about what we were expecting. And that was exactly the problem I had with this. Though, it's kind of feel more like when the movie comes out, we're going to have the opposite problem. Like, I feel more like we are definitely underselling Chris Pratt in a lot of ways. But if I had to say what I'm most worried about is probably Bowser sounding like Jack Black. While it's not a bad thing, because it will still be entertaining, and luckily he doesn't have a voice. That's kind of the best thing about it, really, that Jack Black does not, Bowser doesn't have a voice. No, Chris, this just seems like miscast though. Yeah, I know, I understand there's no problems with Chris specifically. I do like that they've added like the little ribbed stuff on the top of his hat. This whole segment was amazing. I like how they did a reference to effectively, I think, what feels like Notorious B.I.G. Like the way his crown is set up. I love this whole segment. This whole thing was cool. Not, pardon the pun. This whole section was probably like the biggest thing that sold me on Bowser being a threat. And Kamek was amazingly casted too. It just looks like a Tekken 7 opening though. Hang on. Let me try something. Hang on. Okay. This works way too well. This works way too well. Like, you can cut this in such a way where it fits. I actually want to see this rock. I want to see this rock. This is gonna be stupid if it works. Yeah, this works way too well. Actually, I need to change this section a bit. I need to change it a little bit. I need to change it. I like the opening. The opening works really well. This shouldn't have worked the way it did.
That is but a taste of our
Who voices this guy?
fury. Do you yield?
I like how he's flares Tekken X Mario. Yeah. He flares his nose.
A fury. Do you yield?
I feel like this is the most badass moment. What if this is what happens? Is that the Mario just uses these guys to win, to defeat Bowser, Browser. I was just looking at all the other ones. Come on, boys. We about to newt. This is such a good composition. I'm convinced Chris Pratt has never heard an Italian person in his life. I don't think he was going for Italian. I think he was going for New Yorker. Did you like my new Tekken opening, Amadeus? It's just this bit reminds me of Tekken. Hang on. Oh, I've got the timing wrong. Hang on. Let's see if we can get the timing a bit. Okay. I think this goes on a little bit faster than I hope it to.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
I need to find the right timing for this because this is so dumb. It's just the music. That's why. It's literally the music. That's why I'm having such an aneurysm about it. It's this soundtrack basically goes with this soundtrack. It shouldn't be, but it does. It does. It fits so well. It does. It's stupid because it's the same similar type of soundtrack. I also like how this guy, this face. I believe it. That's the problem, is that I believe it. All we have to have it say is hee ho. or dude constantly.
That is but a taste of our
This is so well animated. I'm not gonna lie. Just the way he says, "That is but a taste."
That is but a taste of
I believe it. Look at all the other penguins as well.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
This is the bit that sells me on Bowser with Jack Black. Like just the way he says that when he's being quiet and menacing, Jack Black can be so amazing at voices like this.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
I don't think this is in the same kingdom. I don't think this is the same kingdom at all. Like, we think that the background is from the same thing. But this could be until there's a 4K trailer. Hang on, let me check if there's a 4K trailer. I think that's what we need to do. We need to go full 4K on this. Hang on. Let me see. If someone can find a 4K trailer, that would be awesome. Oh god, I have to wait for this trailer to move. Move your basket. No, I think this is a recording. Oh, also there's a gameplay overview for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I didn't know that was out today. Mario Bros. Movie. Do we have the official one from Nintendo? Got the IGN one. Game Explain. No. We got a Rotten Tomatoes one. Illumination. That should be it. It doesn't go higher than 1080? Why is there no 4K trailer? Yeah, there's no 4K trailer out, it seems.
Finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
I feel like what will end up happening is that how many kingdoms is there usually? Like 9, 8? Or is it 7 kingdoms?
I finally found
I feel like this is a completely different area.
it. Now who's gonna stop me? I finally found.
So I think, okay, I need to rest due to COVID. Catch your run fast. No problem, Grasso. Quickly, tell me what you thought of the movie. What you think of the trailer, sorry.
It. Now who's gonna stop me?
I think that's how the movie is going to start. We're going to start with Bowser explaining his part of the story. And then Mario becoming the would-be hero. Like, it's going to be fairly basic. We're gonna start off with Bowser going around everywhere. And Bowser will go through what 7 or 8 kingdoms, I think it is. And then once he's been through 7 or 8 kingdoms, it'll be like, I finally found it, rah! You know. Pretty Jack Black is awesome. Chris Pratt very meh. Toad's voice is good. I'm gonna give it this. This is at least 1,000 times better than Sonic's first movie trailer.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom!
What was he doing hiding there? Probably he was going to explain.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Keegan. Well, it wasn't. It doesn't have an abomination for a Sonic model for a start. That's true.
Mushroom Kingdom, here
we come. Oh. Yeah, Keegan Michael Key. That's his name. He's so far great as as thing. I think the way they've done this is that I think the way they're gonna do this is Mario is gonna recruit from every kingdom, and then they're gonna go defeat Bowser. I think that's what it feels like. What is Charles Martinet doing? What is Charles Martinet doing in this movie? We still don't know his role. Oh, we did hear his voice. I didn't think we didn't. I didn't think we heard it. Charlie Day as Luigi will make sense because not many people actually remember what Charlie Day sounds like. Because we forgot that little bit, didn't we? We forgot that Luigi existed in this trailer. So we actually get to take a look at Luigi's model. I forgot about that. Sorry, let me just Luigi's model is a bit more on point. Like his overall is much further down. But he's not wearing he doesn't look like he's wearing a collar. Like his looks more like his in-game model. I think his nose, according to this, is a lot better. Like, sorry, is injured. But I think that might be down to the area. Like it's slightly more red. His looks more on point. I actually like Luigi's model more. Oh, they are gonna do the seven. They are gonna do the seven castle thing. Is it 8, 9, whichever? This is the Boo Castle, isn't it? It's probably gonna be the Boo Castle. The daytime stuff looks really nice. Animation's great. It's just. I'm always coming back to this first part. This first part is really well animated. Like it's just really pretty to look at, even just without it.
You yield. I do not.
He knows how to do those laughs, man.
You yield. I do not.
And they overpowered Kamek. I'm looking at the penguins. I hope the penguins are crying.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop?
Yeah, this sounds like the literal start of the movie. This sounds like the literal start of the movie. So you start from this, and this happens like midway through. This is like end of the first act. Okay, so I think we're at a good point.
What is this place?
I think we're at a good point where we can actually like properly discuss it, maybe. So my initial thoughts on this is everything everyone else is saying is pretty much true. Animation wise, it looks great. Jack Black is great. Chris Pratt, and the thing is like at least one of the voices should have been Mario. And sorry, should have been Charles Martinet. But it sounds more like he may have been casted as a different character, but he's not. Who have we got casted already? We've got Wario casted, haven't we? Let me check again. Super Mario Bros. Movie cast. Bob Hoskins, yeah, that's totally what I meant. John Leguizamo, not the one I'm looking for. Here we go. Yeah, we don't have Wario casted, it seems. So we have Charles Martinet. We don't know who's gonna be. It feels more like Charles Martinet is gonna play as a villain character. I think there's a strong chance for Wario that he's gonna end up voicing Wario. Let me just quickly look at this. Anya Taylor-Joy is Peach. Charlie Day is Luigi. Jack Black is Boozer. Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. We don't know who Charles Martinet is. Kamek is Kevin Mitchell Richardson. Fred Armisian is Cranky Kong. And Sebastian Maniscalco is Spike. I'm going to assume, like, Kamek sold that area. I'm not going to lie. That was actually a really good one for him. It's just, what is Louis? I actually genuinely, now I'm starting to take, something is starting to take hold that I think Charles Martinet is going to voice Wario. Because you can't get, how would you voice Wario otherwise? Would you put Wario in there? Like, who else is he? What else does Charles Martinet voice outside of the main cast? He voices Mario, Luigi. He voices, I think he does voice Bowser as well. He voices Luigi and he voices Wario and Waluigi. Who else? Who else does he voice? At least in the Mario franchise, you could literally do the entire movie with him and Anya Taylor-Joy. We're gonna be talking a lot about that in Leeds tomorrow. Gonna talk about that a lot. All right. In either case, yeah. So far, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not happy with Chris Pratt being the voice of Mayro. Not in a, oh, he shouldn't voice him. Not in a Pitchforks type situation. More like he's a much more softer voice than we would expect. And the fact that they didn't get, if they weren't going to get Charles Martinet to voice him, he's meant to be an Italian plumber. And I would much rather have someone with a bit more of an Italian dialect to be in there. But I don't know. I don't know how I would have done. I think it's too early to say. It's the same problem we had with the Sonic voice as well. Initially Roger Craig Smith not voicing him was a problem, but then they got him. Then they got Colleen Clinkenbeard, I think it is. Colleen O'Shaughnessy, to play Tails, and she was in the series as well. So it's not impossible for the voice actors to have done it. But yeah, I like the new character. I like the new character designs. I like the animation stuff. It's looking really, really good. But it also, I'll tell you what it does feel. The Mario section probably feels the most generic part of the movie, because of the way they've cut it. They've trying to do that whole movie-like trailer that it literally has, not as an offense to it, very, very little identity, and it's annoying because I feel more like they could have gone a bit more. I'm trying to think of what theme they could have gone with. Maybe Mushroom Kingdom from 64. Or instead of going for the Wonder theme, which is the big problem of doing the slow keys, like you do the slow keys to do the Wonder thing. I personally believe that it's not what we need personally. Like I feel like you need something a little more over the top. But that's just me. That's a cutting decision, not really a movie thing. It might not be in the final trailer. In the final movie. I think the next trailer will have to show some of the, I wouldn't say the action part, but something that will explain why Mario is where he is, and then the final trailer will be a bit more of an action heavily orientated one. In terms of anything else, I want to hear Luigi's voice. I think we're going to see a second trailer at the Game Awards, which is not long from now. I think that's going to be the big key thing. Much like what happened with the Sonic movie when it first came out. They had the Sonic movie stuff. that had the trailer way back when, and then they did a new trailer that happened at the Game Awards. I think that's gonna happen here. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see the next one at Game Awards. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I think that covers everything I want to talk about, really. Cautiously optimistic is probably the word. I don't know how it feels for everybody else, but cautiously optimistic is the big one. The reason it's kind of strange, right? That it's an animated movie and I'm only cautiously optimistic. And I think the reason why is there's still lots of things that could go wrong. I say go wrong, but could disappoint in the movie. Like, for example, the story could not be up to scratch. The animation will be great. I'm not going to say that I think the one thing that will be the saving grace will be its animation. But the scripting might be a little too soft. And maybe when I mean by scripting, I mean by they might try to make it too kid friendly. Like, it needs to be a bit silly, and that's what made Despicable Me so amazing. It was that the script writing was so silly. It was okay to slapstick certain things, and I hope they do have some form of that. They've made Mario very soft, that it doesn't look like he can take much of a hit, with the exception of his mustache, you know? And I think that's what I want to see. That I want to see Mario be able to take a hit. I want to see Mario is probably one of the few characters you could do that with. And if you make him too soft, it may have the opposite effect of, I don't believe it. Like he's basically, he's suddenly Kirby. That's basically it. So hopefully they don't go too far. They don't stray too far from the more soft like look. Luigi being scared, that makes sense. Him being a scaredy cat is probably the best thing. But right now, everything, like everyone's been saying, everything but Chris Pratt's, everything seems like it's on the up and up. It's just Chris Pratt's voice casting needs more pulling out, needs more confidence building. I think that's probably the big thing. I think that's the only thing they need to do. And after that, we'll see. April 7th, a few days after my birthday. Guess what we're doing? So, yeah, I think that's as much as I want to cover through. I just wanted to watch it so I have it. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around on the stream. I've been talking a lot. I've been chatting a lot of crap too. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. That's just it. I don't know what else to say about this. I've said exactly what I needed to say. I went through a whole model analysis. But yeah, I think he looks a little too friendly. He needs work on that. Let me just go find someone we can go Rade, and then we shall call it there for today. Thank you if you have lurked or watched the whole thing and discussed with me. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay. So far, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, because the worst thing I ever seen was the Sonic thing, and I don't think that anything is gonna like top that in terms of initial expression. There is the Pokemon stuff. Do people want me to go watch that? Do people want to see more of that? I don't know. I'll probably leave it for later. In the meantime, I am gonna go raid former community manager at Nintendo UK. Dada, where he be? Dada Gonash. He is one of the social media guys at Sea of Thieves, so this seems like a good day to talk about it. If there's more people that you want to talk about, he's probably going to know a lot more about Nintendo stuff than I will. Until then, the raid call is Happy Faz Day, and as always, and remember, you guys have a very wonderful and happy Faz Day. Bye everyone. Oh wait, I didn't start the raid. I should probably done that in the first place. I need to get ready, because tomorrow I gotta go Leeds, and I haven't packed, so I need to do that. Today, I've got a really early morning, and I gotta get to work, and then I gotta work like the entire shift before I can go back to sleep. So hopefully, I shall see you guys later. Bye bye.